It has been 6 months since a 19-year-old former State House staffer accused former Idaho Representative Erin von Ehlinger of sexually assaulting her. 2 weeks ago, Boise Police issued an arrest warrant for von Ehlinger on rape charges. Then on Saturday, 2 weeks after that warrant was issued, he was taken into custody in Clayton County. That's Clayton County, Georgia. He was arrested after flying back to the United States from Honduras. Katya Stepovic spoke with Jane Doe's attorney to see how his arrest has helped bring any sort of relief to her. But they're still processing it because they didn't even know about it until Monday morning when they saw our story.
On Saturday, former state representative Erin von Ehlinger was arrested as he departed a plane from Honduras in Clayton County, Georgia, charged with rape. The victim, Jane Doe, a 19-year-old former State House intern. Annie Hightower, Jane Doe's attorney, says neither she nor her client were told an arrest had been made.
Both of us were a bit in shock that we had not been notified, and I think we're still sitting with that.
Hightower says both she and Jane Doe were made aware of the warrant issued for von Ehlinger's arrest back on September 9th. But she says the Boise Police Department and the prosecutor's office failed to notify them that they arrested von Ehlinger over the weekend.
We have had contact with law enforcement and the prosecutor's office fairly regularly, and she has been assigned a victim witness coordinator that had maintained contact with her. And so we were surprised that this is the way we found out. It was our understanding that she would be notified at the time of arrest.
Hightower says she learned of the arrest on Facebook from a post of the KTVB news article.
Why do you think that was? Why do you think they didn't tell you right away?
If I had to hazard a guess, I would say just because of where it happened, and there's probably some back-end processes that I'm not aware of. It certainly would have helped. However, had my client gotten notice of this, I mean, on her end, she has been through now several systems which have not treated her well. And this is starting to feel for her like a massive failure in another system that she's in.
Jane Doe was forced to testify in front of the ethics committee back in April. During that hearing, von Ehlinger admitted to the sexual encounter but said it was consensual. He resigned before the legislature voted whether or not to expel him. Right now, von Ehlinger remains held in Clayton County Jail without bond, charged as a fugitive from justice.
It sounds like it's a mixed emotions and mixed feelings with frustration, but also a little bit of relief that he has been arrested.
She is, again, scared, I think, because he has got a lot of supporters that have done her harm in the past. So she's scared for what will happen next. She is relieved that the arrest has been effectuated. I think she is probably feeling some hope for things moving forward and for the opportunity for accountability and closure, and probably just some, wondering what's going to happen next.
According to the Boise Police Department, BPD was not at the arrest in Georgia, and while detectives had information that von Ehlinger was no longer in Boise, it's not clear whether police knew he left Idaho.
We'd like to see him return to Idaho, and the case continued against him. We would like to see him be held accountable for what he did to my client. And hopefully that process moves fairly swiftly, because my client has been involved in lots of processes for a long time now, and she needs time for healing and closure.
I reached out to the Ada County Prosecutor's Office, Boise Police Department, and von Ehlinger's attorney for comment, and I have not heard back. And I also reached out to the Ada County Courthouse to get more information as to when von Ehlinger will be extradited back into Idaho. No word on that yet either. And Brian, if he is convicted, he could face up to life in prison and also will need to register as a sex offender.
Well, I understand the police aren't obligated to keep them in the loop when it comes to how this process plays out, at least up to this point. It just seems like they wouldn't keep them so far out. All right.
Yeah, and they had pretty good communication up to this point, so it was really shocking both for her and her client to find out through our Facebook post.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Katya.